Scott and Janet, where are you guys? Can you unmute yourself real quick?
We're in Redding, California.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're how long have you been with us with EXP with our group?
A
About a
month.
month.
A month. I was gonna say, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Okay, because I remember I was just trying to think back because I remember Scott Pewitt like letting us know.
Yes.
Yeah, some different. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's been
Well,
really helpful. Yeah.
So far.
welcome. It's good to have you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How's business in Reading? It's a little warmer in Reading than it is here. I have a feeling, but
It,
Where
it's
where are you at?
it is warmer.
I live
Where are
in
you at?
Colorado Springs, although right now I'm in Indiana visiting my mom, and we have
Oh.
it's 2 degrees right now.
Oh
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Wow.
Shock and
I
awe.
I
Yeah.
lived in Montana for during my college days and 100 degrees below zero with the wind chill factor.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Crazy.
awful. Yeah,
That's cold. Yeah.
yeah, it's 4 below right now with the wind chill, so it's warming up. It's warming up.
Yeah.
How's
That's
business
brutal.
out there? How you guys doing?
Oh,
Well,
doing okay.
yeah, we're just getting started. So,
Just getting started in real estate, brand new to real estate.
no, no, no.
Okay,
We've been in real estate. We were with Caldwell Banker and
gotcha.
just EX. We're just really impressed with EXP. It just offers so much more, so the trainings and the support is incredible. I really feel like people can go somewhere with EXP and but
Yeah,
business is, it's like anywhere else, right? It's just I believe that we're gonna have a great 2026. There's some things that are
Sure.
gonna change. I'm believing that.
yeah,
Maybe lower interest rates and other things, but yeah, so yeah, we're just getting hooked in and connected and
Getting going.
spending a lot of time in just whatever we can access and learn about more about. So, yeah.
yeah. No, for sure. Good stuff. I do think it's going to be nobody has the crystal ball on it, but it just feels like it's going to be a much better year than last year. It's not going to be a record-breaking year by any
Yeah.
means. I don't think that's going to
Hmm.
happen, but I do think we're seeing a turn. I've been
Yeah.
doing, how long you been I've been doing this for 20, let's see, started in 2002, so 24 years now. How about you
Wow.
guys?
Since COVID,
Okay. So when you got licensed. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, we just appreciate the wealth or the experience on this, with EXP of just seasoned realtors and brokers and
Hmm.
there's, there's a wealth of information there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, going through this, it's all cyclical. I mean, we see this all the time. 2008, whatever. It's
Hmm.
just the highs and lows of this business and the way it works. And, we come out of a cycle and things tend to move and, they pick up and we'll have several years of that. And then we'll have the next thing where it starts to, whatever. It's just the economy. I think just all kinds of
Yeah.
corrections going on in the market all the time, different things that go on. A lot of it out of our control. I think, there's a really good, we have it in a couple of videos that we've put out, different things, or, the danger report. There's this thing, there was a guy, Stefan Swanepoel did this back in, gosh, 20 years ago. NAR commissioned him to write the danger report. And it was basically like all the things that he could find that were happening now, but things that he predicted for the future as far as where real estate was going to go, kind of the dangers of for realtors, the advantages
Hmm.
for realtors, just different things. One of the things that he shared was that the day is going to come, basically when, a small percentage of agents are going to capture more and more market share, over
Hmm.
time. And I think, technology, just different things, the 80/20 rule, which is out there in so many different, no matter where you go, it seems like it's out there, 20% of whatever do 80% of the business in whatever field it is. It just seems you got the top 20%. And I've been saying that I think real estate is more the 90/10 rule anymore. I think it used to be the
It's
80/20, more than 90
Hmm.
10. I think 10% of the agents are doing 90% of the business, and you're seeing that some of these groups and teams and stuff that are just capturing, more and more and more market share because they've just, they're dialed in when it comes to technology and AI and YouTube and, A lot of us are doing funnels and just the marketing, different marketing pieces, ways to set themselves apart, whatever. So you're seeing more and more of the. It doesn't mean that an agent getting their license today can't come in and do 8 or 10 deals this year. I mean, anybody could do that. I
Right.
think with just some consistent effort. But if you really want to take it up and become a real viable source in your market when it comes to real estate, the one that people think about, that kind of stuff. It's just,
Right.
you've got to continue to evolve and develop your marketing and your business. The stuff that worked 10 years ago won't work today in the same way. Door
Mm.
knocking still works. I mean, open houses work. Cold calling works. But can you scale a business and do 30, 40, 50 deals a year doing just those things? I don't think so. I mean, maybe
Right.
somehow, but if you gotta spin it different ways. You gotta, I don't know. So
Yeah, it's slow going that way, but yeah, EXP offers so much more in the technology field, and
yeah,
it's a lot of fun actually, but yeah, we appreciate, your input around that. So
yeah. Keep plugged in. That's the thing I tell people. Come on Tuesdays,
Mm.
come on Wednesdays. We never know where this is gonna go. We'll see if anybody else wants to open their mics. Any questions that you guys have at all? Any thoughts or
Mm.
comments that you have? Anything you guys want to talk about?
Hey
We
Jeff,
can talk
I
about.
would
Yeah.
just say one thing. Scott and Janet, that was a pretty good testimonial you just gave. Do you care if we use that? That little clip?
for the
Okay.
what?
Well, we use it in advertising. We use it with agent recruitment, all kinds of things. But just to tell people about the Freedom Team and their experience with EXP. And I'd just
Sure.
like to get everybody's permission before we do it. So I'll just cut that little clip that you gave a little testimonial and use it. The other
Yeah, we
thing,
also
go ahead.
we also, just being on a team is just so powerful. Being connected, like Jeff said, it's just you just feel the wind behind your back. And we just really appreciate the team and just yeah, what you guys are doing here and
That's awesome.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody wasn't on the training yesterday, that is the recording will be live this afternoon by about 4 o'clock. I've already edited that video and put it up, but
Mm.
it was absolutely eye-opening and amazing. I mean,
Mm.
I did not know that our Canva account would do so much. I mean, I've been using Canva for years, been paying for it, but with our pro account with Canva, it is absolutely unbelievable what that thing will do. And plus, yesterday I went in and connected all my social media sites to it. So now when I'm going in and creating this stuff, I can just automatically schedule the post out. I don't have to, before I was downloading everything and uploading it to Facebook and Instagram and all that. Now it's a click of a button and off it goes.
Well, I need to watch it. I couldn't be there yesterday.
Oh my God,
I'm
Jeff, it'll change
yeah,
your life. I'm telling you,
that
you'll be
yeah,
like, it'll be one of those aha moments like the KV Core was.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Which, by the way, we got Anthony. We're bringing him back in February. He'll be back the second Tuesday in February to do another Bold Trail training. Um, he sent me a couple things yesterday. I need to dig into him a little bit today, but AI now with Bold Trail that's in
Yeah.
there. So there's some different things going on there, and so he's going to come in and just give us a good Bold Trail update training class. So that's coming. I'm excited for that one. So
Yeah, and
for
she
sure.
mentioned yesterday that that Canva will connect to your CRM, which I know it'll connect to. She mentioned Lofty and Close, but if it'll somehow connect to Bold Trail and be able to interact between those two, that would be game changing. But
Yeah, we'll
I don't
figure
know. I
that
hadn't
out
dug
for
into it
sure.
yet.
Yeah. No, I need to watch yesterday. I had a couple people ask me, when that would be available, that training, and I just said, hang tight. Definitely. Probably by Thursday at the latest. That's.
Well, what took me so
So
long cutting it up was I was, doing the same thing I did with Anthony's training. I was watching a little section, moving it to the side, then doing what she said do, just kind of plugging it in. I created a website for my new listing that I put on 2 days ago. I created a website for it yesterday that is immaculate looking, and I created it in 6 minutes.
Wow.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, and now that I've uploaded all my branding stuff, so all my from our YouTube channel, so it knows my colors and everything else. You drag it in and create like a branding kit. So
Hmm.
now every time I'm creating something, it says, "Do you want me to brand this with your colors?" And you just say yes, and it matches everything. It's like you don't have to. I mean, it's like literally a click of a button, and it's all
That's
done.
awesome. Wow. I gotta check it out. I know for sure. So yeah, I
Yeah.
was out yesterday. My mom, I mean, I'm back here in Indiana with my mom, so she had a couple, I took her to a doctor's appointment, a couple of different things yesterday. She had to do a couple errands. So I was out with her during the time of the training, so I wasn't able to be on there, but taking care of mom.
Yep. Well, you got to do that.
Heck yeah. So it's been a while since I've been back here. It's good to be back for a little bit. So anyway,
A guy told me one time, and it's always held true to me. And my mother's not with us anymore, but he says there ain't nobody on this planet who loves you like your mother. Nobody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Lydia, can you unmute yourself? I saw just so I understand what you're saying. Let's see. I always get you don't have access to this.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I've only got one ear pod in because the other one wants to go like at me. Damn. Yeah. If I'm working in my own Canva, I continue to pay for my own Canva Premiere just because 90% of the time I go through the one on the EXP and I get this, you don't have access to this. And I'm like, what the hell? And it limits me to their colors. So I've got to listen to this one this afternoon or first thing tomorrow. Well, first thing tomorrow morning, I got meetings. But I got to listen to the recording because, like Andy says, he can do everything. And I'm like going, how? Because I end up going back to my site to be able to do the work. Because if I go through the EXP Canva, even if I go through on Odaka, whatever it's called, and goes directly to that app,
yeah.
I get issues if I pull it up and go to the one that's just EXP under my list of all the accounts. I'm just fighting it. I just finally throw up my hands, say screw it. So what am I doing?
That's a login issue. And there's a way to converge both of those accounts. You're absolutely paying for something you don't need because EXP gives you the pro account. There should be nothing that's off limits to you. You should have everything.
Well, yeah,
so
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
If you're having issues with that, I would go into EXP World and contact tech support and just tell them because it could be a setting in the back end of yours because they had to do that with me with some of my other stuff with some of the like Skyslope that I couldn't get for some reason. It would not just one day out of the blue wouldn't let me in Skyslope. Told me I couldn't get in. I didn't have access. And so basically they deleted the app, reissued me permissions or whatever, and uploaded the app for me. And when I went back in, it's fine. I've never had an issue with it since. But there are some glitches, so it may be something you have to contact tech support on, but they're fast. Right. I mean, if you get into EXP World, they'll fix it in a hurry.
Yeah. The other thing I've got is that all of a sudden I'm getting a notification from Bold Trail going, your accounts, my social media accounts aren't connected. And I'm like going, and I'm looking through all the little side stuff on the side menu going, where the heck do I put this in? I don't even find it. I'm like, this can't be this hard. This should be standing at me, just staring at me right in the face. And I'm like going, dang it.
Same thing, Lydia. I would go anytime, any of these tech tools. I mean, that's where I send people and I'd go in there myself. I go in, EXP World, agent support, tech support. They handle all the CRMs, Lofty, Close, Bold Trail. They'll handle Skyslope. They'll handle Canva. There's people in there that do all that stuff. So
because it's just not worth my time and energy to get frustrated because I spend too much time looking for stuff.
Yeah, just go in there and they can, they can take over your screen and do different things. I mean, there's just things they can do, just get it fixed, So
I'll tell you, I was going to say, I'll tell you how Johnny on the spot they are with EXP World. So used to, when you go in there, you had to figure out which room you need to go into, click in there, go pull a ticket, all that. Now, literally, if you go into any of those rooms, there's always it has happened to me the last 10 times I was in there. Somebody comes in and goes, "Hey, Andy, how can we help you?" And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where I need to go. And they go, "We can help you with that. Tell me where you want to go." And so I tell them what the problem is, and they go, "Sure, come this way." And the next thing I know, I'm moved into it. They have moved me into the right room, and I'm sitting there having a conversation. They solve my problem within minutes.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me, and then other times I'm in tech support, and they go, we can't help you. Let's see if we can get you over here. And it's like, oh, for God's sakes, guys, come on. So I guess I just have to get some more patience, which is not one of my fortes. But when you said you got a website going for a listing in 6 minutes, okay, that excites me because I've got one coming up here. I finally got into it. So I talked with Jeff about it. Oh, Jeff, the paint bid came back for $6,800 on a 1,322 square foot house. So I sent them a text and I said, "Can you break this down? Because I don't think my client's going to buy this."
Yeah. That's
We
way
need
too
to see
high.
what we can take out of. That's way too much money.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, but thank you for the input. Okay. All right. Well, then I've got my work cut out for me this afternoon after I do everything else. I will be
Watch that video. What time are you posting it, Andy? Is it scheduled for
4 o'clock Central.
4 o'clock Central?
Oh, okay. So that's like 2 o'clock my time. Woohoo.
2 o'clock your
Okay.
time. So yeah,
Yep.
it'll be
All
on
right.
the YouTube
Awesome.
channel. So
Okay.
So yeah,
Thank
Jeff,
you.
here's the site. I
oh,
literally
nice.
created this website in 6 minutes.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
check
Got
that
the
out.
features gallery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you use AI to do the description and type everything in and cut and paste, or did you use their AI?
No, you could pull over your MLS number and it pulls it all in for you. It's
Okay.
you hit, there's an app called EXP Listing. She explains how to do it on the video,
Okay.
the recording from yesterday. And I literally, all you do is you click maybe 3, 4 buttons, drag stuff into place. The biggest hurdle, I mean, not a hurdle, the biggest thing you have to do is just put the pictures in the order that you want. And then
Mhm.
literally everything went, I mean, it was, you don't even have to resize the pictures. It does it for you. I mean, everything.
So it's a web page. So you've got a
Yeah.
URL number for it and everything?
Yeah, right here, expagentshowcase.com/Magnolia Key Townhome. That's the URL. And that is hosted by EXP. It's free to you from using Canva and being part of EXP. So
Oh my gosh.
you don't have to
Okay.
go to GoDaddy and buy a URL. You just publish it.
Great. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Awesome.
Yeah. It was amazing. I was like, this has got to, I mean, I mean, it's like one of those things where you're watching it and you're like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh my God.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Very cool. Watch for that today. Peaches, how are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good, good.
Doing good. Anything we can help you with at all while you're in here? It's always good
No,
to
I'm
see
just
you.
here to listen
Yeah.
and
Absorb and listen. Were you on there
absorb.
yesterday
Yes,
with that Canva training?
I was. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
I need
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
really
it.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good.
I gotta watch it. I'm in Canva every, a couple times a week at least. So
Mhm.
I know I need to go in
Oh,
there and
yeah.
check it out. So very cool.
Yes.
Tim, good morning. What
Morning,
can we help
Jeffrey.
you with, Tim? What can we help you with, Tim?
Oh, the list is too long to.
I'm going to be at Tim's house at 7 o'clock in the morning and we're going to solve all the world's problems.
Oh, there you go. Man, I can't wait for that. There's a
We
lot
got to
going
do it in
on out
5
there.
hours, but we're going to solve all the world's problems.
Tim, you're in Alabama right now?
Yes.
Are you? Okay. Cool.
Yep.
How long are you down there?
Till May.
Okay. Yeah.
This
You
is
guys
part of my.
you guys had some winter hit up there in Louisville this
Oh
last week.
yeah, yeah.
That's
They
the whole
got
country got hit.
10 to 12 inches of snow and ice, and thank God
Yeah.
we didn't lose power though. I stressed
Yeah.
out about my house, and so we don't have a whole house generator on that house, and so it's
Yeah.
can get ugly with refrigerators and freezers and all that, but
For sure.
knock on wood, we
Yeah.
haven't lost power yet.
Yeah. And Nashville, or was it Nashville? The parts of Tennessee, I know Kathy, I saw her post yesterday. I mean, my goodness, they got hit hard,
Yeah,
big
they
old
got a
giant
lot of
trees
ice.
down, a lot of ice. Yeah. Ton of ice. So anyway, but very cool. Melanie, how are you? Always good to see you. You doing good?
Good, pretty good. Hello, Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mel. How's your funnels coming along?
Doing good. Good. It's keeping me busy.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Where are you in the process? It's been a couple
Um,
weeks since you and I talked about it, so
yeah, I don't have my notes in front of me. I was going to pull them up, but I'm still keeping everything live. The new home funnel seems best. I was able to change all those workflows in the back that you were explaining that helped a ton to make it more open. So I've got a lot more conversations happening because I'm able to say to people, what area are you looking for, instead of it was very pigeonholed before. So my hardest part is getting people to sign the, what is it, BBA, the broker's thingamajig.
our brokerage
Have
agreement.
them, yeah, have them like commit to it. Other than that, they just want to like look at houses, and I'm like, oh, that's fun and all for you, but it's fun for one. It's not fun for
Yeah.
all. So
What have you gotten any appointments yet?
no, so that was the other part too, is very much people just want to like, they either want to go see the house, and I'm kind of like, well, hey, let's back up. Let's make sure we got all our ducks in a row. Do you have a lender? So I've referred them to a lender that I've been working with. It's just kind of, it feels like it's, I don't know if I'm not seeing the right trigger words. I'm like practicing my scripts, where before I was like, oh, I don't need those, I'm good. No, you need a script. You need to know what you're saying. So it's kind of like encouraging them to make an appointment so we can discuss next steps, or maybe I don't have a script enough to like, this is why we need to have an appointment.
Yeah, I just discussed this very issue with my team in Louisville, and the as a team leader, I'm like, okay, we got 300 leads in the system. Y'all haven't had a single appointment yet.
Yeah.
Are you unable to convert? So I'm now pushing them to make an appointment instead of just being a monkey that sends listings. Now, granted, the system does that,
I know, but still, I
but
feel like I'm giving them something for free. I want them to know that there's a full service involved, not just here's some more listings, here's some more houses.
yeah. Um, gosh, there's so many directions we could go with this. I would say, first of all, it's a business decision on whether you are willing to show a house before they're pre-approved. So just remember that you have that option. You can go show a house to anybody before pre-approval. If you feel good about them, if they've told you that, yeah, I've got good credit, I've got a 720 score, whatever, it's your call on whether you want to push for pre-approval or not before showing them a house. Now, by law, you have to have a buyer brokerage agreement. So know that if you don't know this, EXP has a single showing buyer brokerage agreement for one specific property address versus an all-inclusive. You're committed to me, we're married, we can't even get divorced. You owe me if you look at anything for 6 months.
Okay.
So use the single showing, and that's going to ease the pain. So listen, this is not my rule. This is the federal government forcing us to mandate a buyer brokerage agreement in order to get you in a house. Any real estate agent is going to require this. It used to not be law. It's been law now since November of 2024, I believe. So those are two things. And beyond that, the group at Digital President, Michael Reese and Woods Davis and all those guys, they say you've got to have at least 300 leads in your system before you start seeing that 1 out of 100 consistently fall out into a closing. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's got something to do with, the masses, that lead quantity. But beyond that, just focus on giving massive value in your funnel, asking good questions. It sounds like you've done that or doing that. Just keep focusing on that. And make sure, if you haven't, you've tied it to a YouTube playlist of new construction home tours that you've made, because that's part of the value you want your system delivering. Let them see your face in the camera, so they can start to know, like, and trust you. And that's going to increase your conversations. It's going to increase them saying, you know what, Melanie, she's a cool chick. I think I could probably work with her. She's being real. She's being honest. Heck, she even pointed out a flaw that she mentioned in the house that she did in that tour. So all those things are very important to kind of the glue that binds the solutions together.
Yeah, and the tours are hard for me because the new homes are all about 45 minutes, an hour away. So
Yeah.
obviously it's not impossible, but it's an extra push to even get there. So does it make sense to have other videos on there? Because I have some that are like, how to winterize your home and things like that, which some of them have had a bunch of views and other ones are stuck at, double digits. They're low. Or is it really the new homes tours are really what's selling it?
A video is better than no video. So yes, do all those other things too, but they don't belong on your new construction playlist.
Yeah, no,
Commit a Saturday or something to drive 45 minutes, go shoot 4 of them, drive 45 minutes back, get those edited and published, and do that for a month, and you're done. I mean, you got 16 homes in, something like that's what I did. I literally went out Saturday morning in my own neighborhood where there was new construction. So granted, it was 2 minutes away instead of 45, but same thing applies. Do all your research up front, talk to the builder's agent up front, understand what the incentives are up front, get your square footages, your beds and baths and style, the name of the floor plan, have the builder send you the floor plans, have them send you anything you can add additional value in your video. If you can, while you're talking, even you can pop up the floor plan and let people look at it, just to create some additional interest. But I think that's a huge part. Andy and I met with somebody on a coaching call yesterday, and she wasn't even sending people to her playlist. And it's a long story, but I'm mentioning this because I know you and I talked when we met about stopping your ads, putting yourself in as a lead, and watching the whole system through the whole process. Have you done that?
that still didn't trigger it right. So I think I still did something wrong on the back end or the front end where it didn't trigger me as a
You have
lead.
to add the tag new construction, new lead to yourself when you add yourself as a contact in the CRM.
Oh, and the CRM, that's where I missed it.
Yeah, that tag is assigned when it comes off your Facebook lead form and dumps into Go High Level. So that's probably the step you met. If you can create multiple contacts and throw them in your database, but nothing's going to happen to them unless you assign them to an automation you want to run. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
Just click on yourself, go to the far left side, go all the way down to automate, go all the way down to tags, and just add new construction. It's new construction, new lead, I believe is the name of it. You'll know that though. I mean, you've been in your
Yeah.
in your in the automation, but it's the zero right before the zero. You can go in the automation and see the name of the whole thing.
Hey,
But
Tim, can I ask you a question?
That tag, Melanie, is what triggers that workflow. You know what I mean? Like that's what kicks that workflow in. So without
Okay,
that
'cause I have
tag,
an active campaign, but it's not. It's the tag that's getting it. Okay.
yeah,
the tag is what starts it. Yeah. And Lydia, just a second here. One quick suggestion too is you could always, again, using ChatGPT even to help you. You can also come up with. You definitely want to do those new home tours, like Tim said, and go out and shoot 12 of them. Just bang those out, get them done. But I think you could also add in. I mean, there's ChatGPT. Give me 10 90-second video scripts on why buyers need to work with a realtor on a new construction property, and it'll give you 10 different reasons, videos, everything from why I mean, there's all different kinds of reasons why people need to hire a realtor,
Yeah.
and you can become you're just becoming the source for them to get the information that they need, building that credibility to work with you. I do think that single showing idea is good, because I mean, again, you can connect with them and you hit it off with them and they like you. And, it's that one step to get them to then the next step, which is we want to work with Melanie. Now they'll sign on the thing. You know what I mean?
That's
Those
huge.
you're not wasting your time in those little appointments, even to go show one house. You're not, so just to hit that, I think that I would definitely do that when you can, I think sometimes we do get hung up on, it's kind of this all or nothing thing. And I understand on the buyer side, it's like, we didn't even know if we're ready yet. Like we're just
Yeah.
dabbling around, and they'll call around, they'll find an agent that'll go do it. And they end up working with that agent versus if you can just go meet them and show them, and now you really hit it off,
And let me show you what the power of YouTube will do, because Tim and I had this conversation yesterday. It was just so funny that with this lady, and then 10 minutes later, I got this email, and I'll show you this email from this lady who, I think you can see my screen.
Yep.
But see this last line right here? She's coming to Gulf Shores. She wants to buy $300,000, blah, 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 blah. But then right here it says, "Thank you for your YouTube videos. I feel like I'm coming to speak with someone I already know."
Love it.
So
perfect. That's exactly what YouTube does right there.
yeah.
So
And without that, they're just reading texts and email messages, and maybe you've talked to them, so there's a little bit of rapport building in a conversation verbally, but so oftentimes people won't even talk to you. So you're totally relying on black and white text and emails, and that's not going to get it. They've got to see you, they got to get to know you. And another thing I would push for, what I told my ladies that run my new construction funnel in Louisville yesterday is, just push to meet them for a cup of coffee. Hey, let's get together. I'd love to get to know you. We can talk more about your specific requirements. I can show you a few things on my laptop. It's going to cost you a cup of coffee, but you're going to have rapport when you leave that meeting. You have no rapport right now because of texts and emails only. That too is a business decision. Do I want to spend $7 on 2 coffees? But because some people can't afford that, and that's okay. I get that. But that's another thing that I think will go a long way is just get in front of people. You got to be belly to belly in this business. Or at
I'll
least
share one thing real quick,
Zoom.
Melanie. Like, this happened yesterday. I was talking to my wife yesterday afternoon. Whatever. Just again, me being out here in Indiana right now. But there's some potential clients that she met like a month ago. They're looking to sell their house. She met them. I forget where she met them. House. Somebody connected her. Whatever. But they've been talking to several different agents. Whatever. Well, my wife yesterday, because their first baby is on the way, and my wife went and I don't know, at Ross and bought a couple, I think it cost her like $20, whatever, a couple little baby things. And just, hey, I got something I want to run by real quick. And been thinking about you guys. We just had our first grandson, and now it is when you first get started, you're all excited. We're, brought these out, and that right there put it over the top. They're ready to work with us. And this is a $700,000 listing that we're going to get. And it's just like these little things sometimes, but that wouldn't have happened without that actual connection. You're not going to get that from a text or an email, whatever. She meets them, and the wife is, whatever, 7 months pregnant. You can tell, whatever, all this stuff. And my wife just went like, I want to take them something. And just that little thing right there now will lead to, whatever, potentially a, 20,000 plus commission for us, and so it's just thinking a little bit like that. And that's the power sometimes of just meeting, even to show one house. There's just a connection that can be made, and you can go above and beyond in little ways sometimes, where now they're ready to sign on and work with you, so just some thoughts. But before we jump off, Lydia, you had a question for Tim?
Just a second here. Hold on.
Sorry. Okay.
Hold on. Wait, can you hear me? I can't get it to show me if okay, good. I can't get it to show me if the microphone's on. Okay. I was having a conversation with Chat GPT. I think it was either Chat or Gemini. Gemini seems to be a little better, and sometimes I just merge the two together. But I was talking about, I said, I'm having a hard time getting people to respond to new construction. And this is what goes out to them. And he says, it's like you're giving them the cart, you're giving them all the information, because this comes out, this is like 20 damn pages long that comes out through this. And I'm thinking, this is stupid. Why am I sending them everything they need versus asking them? One of the questions that comes up is, what area are you interested in? Well, that's kind of like after the fact that they've gotten all this paperwork of every model and available. So I'm thinking to take that completely out of the funnel, not give them that, ask them instead, while I'm consolidating a list, let me know what areas you're interested in. I'll consolidate a list to send to you. Let's talk. instead of just sending them everything. And on NAR, because I went in and I Googled some stuff, and NAR says that, because a girlfriend mentioned it, she said, hey, you're not supposed to be sending them, information for listings unless you've got an agreement with them. And I went in and I looked and went,
That's not
oh,
true.
shows up on the NAR site.
Physically showing them, yes, you can send them listings.
Well, that's what I thought, because I was sending people listings, and then it says, no, you've got to have, the way I read it, I could be wrong. I'll go back and double check, because I thought, well, that's weird. I don't remember that. But yeah, she's with KW, or no, Coldwell Banker. And that was one of the things she mentioned. But anyway, like I said, I just thought that I would delete that from the funnel so that when they're interested, instead of me sending them a complete list of, the entire county, which is hundreds of available homes, just narrowing it down and asking, where are you interested in? Let's, what kind of idea do you look for? Price range, sizing, something to be a little more personable with it, to get them to, because they've already responded that they're interested, but to get them to actually talk with me, because most of them won't even return a text, an email, a phone call.
You
Again,
you need to think about it this way. You are sending them stuff they can find online. They could literally
Oh, I
find
know.
it. So
Yeah.
so how can it be illegal for you to send it to them? It can't
Well,
be.
yeah, that was it.
it's
Yeah.
not. No, that's just
Yeah.
that's
But the
just
stuff but the stuff I'm sending them, like I said, once they get it, it shows that they can ask to see something, and there's a form that they can fill out. Never had anybody in 6-7 months now fill out that form to see anything specific.
Well, let's start with, what does your ad promise them? You've got to deliver what you promised in your ad. Your ad probably says all new construction properties in such and such area.
Yeah, whatever they've done, but I may have to go in and change that. Whatever digital president has created, it's their standard ad. So I'll probably have to go in and change that, to change the verbiage on that and edit that.
My personal opinion is it would be a mistake to do what you want to do,
Okay.
because you've got to provide massive value and you've got to ask a lot of questions to generate engagement. Mine, I decide where I want to work and I build the search covering that area. And that's the area I say, for a list of all new construction properties in Prospect, Kentucky, click here. So then I deliver everything in Prospect, Kentucky, not everything. Now I'm doing the opposite. I'm being global and then I'm shrinking it down. But the very first value piece they get from me is what I promised in my ad, is all new construction properties in the Louisville, Kentucky area.
Okay, so I'm too broad because I'm saying North County. So I'm too broad. I need to.
Well, you're not too broad if you're willing to work in all of North County.
Well, I am, but
Okay.
what they're getting is hundreds and hundreds of homes that are available.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Because your very first question and that very first delivery of what you promised is, obviously there's a lot of new homes here. What specific area are you looking in so I can narrow this down for you? Bam.
Okay. That's
45%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45% are going to communicate with you if you ask a lot of questions. 55% are never. I should probably pull that spreadsheet up. You think that'd be valuable for this group, Jeff?
Pretty good. Yeah, for sure.
Let me show you something that's going to blow you away.
Let me make you a co-host, Tim. It's a great sheet to show. And maybe even if you and I don't know if you and Melanie work together to, again, you want to go in and personalize all those the emails and texts going out. You want to definitely read through those. And again, the more and personalize them and make them good questions that are, there's questions in there, but I know they can be changed and adjusted. Go ahead, Tim.
Right.
Yeah. And Lydia, what I was saying to Melanie, she and I met a couple of weeks ago and I gave her bits and pieces of all this. But if you haven't done this, turn your ad off, put yourself in as a prospect, add yourself to that new construction, add that tag to the new construction to you as a contact, and then watch everything that happens, text and email messages, until the funnel completes. And make sure that you've customized it and ask good, thought-provoking questions. But lead with value always, and then ask the question. So what I wanted to show you is these facts. These are statistical averages from all of our partners across North America. on what this new construction funnel does. 55% will not talk to you, period. So let's just make this an easy 1,000 leads. 550 are not going to talk to you. 450 will. They will text, they will email, they will talk to you on the phone, they'll even message you, instant message you. But what we need to do, what the funnel helps you do, is not focus on these 55% that are never going to talk to you. That's a waste of your time.
Right.
Those get pushed off, and hopefully you'll create at some point, if you don't already, an email newsletter, and you'll put them on that list. They'll rise from the dead, some of them at some point in time. You don't really care. That's going to be bonus when that happens. But you're going to talk to 450 out of 1,000. 40 of those are going to end up D&Ding you. They're going to ghost you. They're never going to return a call, a text, etc.
Right.
They're kind of adding to the 550. You're going to determine 150 out of 1,000 are not ready, willing, and able now. You're going to put them in a multiple month nurture campaign of some sort.
Yeah, I've got a higher percent than that. I would say that at least half are unsure.
But are you taking this half out first before you get to these?
So the unsure should probably go over to, because they never contact me back. So that should go up there in number 6, line 6 then.
But the point I'm making is the funnel does all this for you. If you lead with value, ask a question, lead with value, ask a question. You're going to see that, 55% have never responded. That's okay. I don't have to fool with them anymore. I'm not going to waste time.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is 36 out of 1,000 you should have appointments with. Now, my team is actually doing about 4 times better than that. I mean, they're having conversations. They've moved them to working hot. Your working hot is your now to 6 months is the way I define it. This says 3 to 6. I'm not sure why, but 30 out of 100, only 3% are you going to have a working hot relationship with. Sign a BBA, start showing them houses, put 14 under contract, 11 close, and you're going to get a bonus 2 that you didn't spend a nickel on an ad from if you do it the way we teach, and that's to marry a YouTube new construction video tour playlist to the funnel and have 13 closings per year.
Okay.
Out of 1,000 leads.
And
right,
can I throw something in there, Tim, real quick?
Please.
So, and what Tim's meaning when he says that 45% are contacted, that's not necessarily 45% are not saying, "Oh yes, I can't wait to buy a house from you." That's not what they're saying. That's 45% of those they responded in some way or another, whether they said, "Stop, leave me alone. I didn't mean to click the button," or "No, I'm 2 years out. I'm 6 years away from retiring, and I just was curious and looking around." Those are what we're saying. Now, you are going to get the ones that mix in and say, "Yes, I'm ready to buy right now," and that's what you're looking for. But Tim's saying it is absolutely 100% no. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a numbers game. If you put enough numbers in there, if you keep pouring them in the top of that funnel, then eventually a buyer is going to drip out. We've seen it happen here recently. We've put 3 under contract in the last 2 months, just from this. But we went 3 months without having. We thought the same thing. We thought, "Oh, this ain't working. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable." But then if you just stick with it, keep your head down, keep digging, and you set everything up like Tim's telling you, it will work. I'm telling you. But go ahead, Tim.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just
No,
throwing that in there.
great ad there. Thank you.
Yeah.
The rest of this is just math. And you're going to realize, and I base this on 450,000 at a 2.5%.
Right.
You can put your numbers in here. You can put your average lead cost in here, and you're making, based on these numbers, $11,250 in gross commission income based on this. So really what this is saying is you're spending $6 a lead. That's $600 customer acquisition costs. Every time you spend $600, you should make $11,250 statistically based on these percentages. And this is what our people are averaging across the country. You got to get to that number. And like we said earlier, sometimes you got to get 300 leads in your system before that first one actually closes. But then 401, 501, 602, you should average over time 1.1% closings out of 100 leads.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep plugging away at it then. I think part of my bad is that I I send them stuff, but I don't think that I'm following up enough with the I've got them in pipe under opportunities. I went and I put in the nows, the 1 to 3 months, the 6 to 12 months, and the nurtures. And I need to split out some of those a little more and really work on sending emails out to these as mass. I get going and I get real good at it, and then something else starts going on, and then I slack off. I don't have anything automated in Bold Trail to get to them on a bi-monthly basis or something with an email. Does that make sense? To keep me top of mind?
Sort of. I don't know where Bold Trail comes in, and this is again a business decision, but what we do is we 100% rely on the funnel until we're having active dialogue, those contacted people, the 45%, and then we'll plug them into our CRM and start giving them listings from there and let that CRM campaign drip on them. I mean, you could do everything in Go High Level except sending them listings. You could do everything in Go High Level, then move them to your CRM once you're engaged with them. Business decisions. But what I'm hearing is I don't have the right messages set up long term for these people, and that should be something that I would put on your to-do list if I were you.
Yeah, that's correct. Because it seems like this one, after about 9 days or 7 days, the system quits for the presidential one. There's no more questions being asked. It's like the last one is like, "Are you there?" You know,
Yeah.
or "Are you still interested?" ? And then that's it.
But
So,
given that 45% have communicated or are communicating with you. Sorry.
Yeah.
How many leads do you have?
There's about 150 that don't include the 40 that just said, "Leave me alone." You know, opted out of everything.
So you've got half the leads you need before you start seeing closings fall out of it from what
Right.
people say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would keep doing it. I would make the tweaks, make sure you're sending them to a YouTube playlist. Go ahead and start adding additions to the existing automation. Keep them all in Go High Level until they buy or die. Don't give yourself the extra work of putting them in another CRM, except for the 3% that are working hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I'm using Bold Trail that comes with everything. It's been a process. So, all right, will do.
Make
I'll
sure you
keep
attend
plugging
the
away.
Anthony Robinson training that Jeff was mentioning early. He's our resident EXP Bold Trail expert.
Oh yeah, I'm paying for it, and I don't have to sit down and watch it. That's my bad. I apologize for that. I'm spending money that I'm not using. Story of my life. All righty.
We all do it. So
yeah,
I do think, and again, I think, Lydia, go through each of those. Set yourself up as a contact, like Tim said. See what people are getting, but how can you tweak that? What kind of great? Even use ChatGPT to help. What are some great questions I can ask? Here's this email that's going out. What question should I ask at the end of this email to create more response, to get to get that dialogue going? I mean, you can tweak those questions in those texts, and you can take a 7-day, automation and turn it into a 30-day automation. I mean, you can certainly go in there and just, every 3 days sending them something, whatever to continue that engagement. But again, you got, 100 on that list that he showed, 150 people that are in that 12-month nurture, with a newsletter going out every couple of weeks, or another video going out to them, because you got another video just providing value to them in different ways. Some of those are going to convert as well, and when you look at the numbers, again, you look at those numbers where it's just, somebody like 1,000 leads, 13 closings. Holy cow, that's not very good. Okay, $6,000 ad spend for a year, 12 months, and you made $142,000. I would do that 100 times over. Here's where people end up taking, well, let me double down, $10 a day. Let me take it to $20 a day. Let me take it to $30 a day. Let me ramp this up, because it's a numbers game, and the numbers are the numbers, and the numbers work. It's just a matter, but there's tweaks that can be made to make the numbers work better. And I think that's part of what we're talking about. So Tim, go ahead and go through this. You're going to Like,
Yeah, I was just going to say, Lydia, do this immediately. Go into the automation on email number 1 in new construction, new lead contacting, and add this question. You've already got, thanks for checking out our new construction properties. As
Right.
promised, here's a direct link to all the new properties
Yeah, we
in.
got that.
Okay, add this. By the way, are you interested in any specific area? If so, I can narrow this list down for you. You're going to get people
Okay.
answering that question because they don't want to. They don't want to look through 400.
Exactly. See,
But you got
and I think all mine says is it pops up in another question after this is already sent out. Are you interested in the other areas versus narrowing it down? That's a great one.
Right.
I've just taken a screenshot of that, so I'll change that.
Well, and this is why you need to set yourself up as a prospect. And I'm going to show you all this too, and just in case you don't know how to do it. But go to too many things at once. Set yourself up as a prospect and watch every communication that comes to you via text or email. And I recommend print them all out and wait the full week until the automation is totally done. And then lay them out chronologically and say, okay, you know what? That message after this message is really coming too fast. I want to delay that to 3 hours instead of 2 minutes, or whatever. You're going to catch things like that you're not seeing just looking at the funnel, looking at the flow chart, looking at each and every automation. But let's say Amanda Gooden is your name, and you just clicked add contact, and you got it to this point. You're going to scroll down right here. Where to go? To add tags, and right here you're going to click there, and you're going to start typing new construction. Now it won't pop up in this drop down because this person's already assigned to it. New construction, new lead. You're going to type part of that. It's going to bring up everything that starts with new construction. You're going to click on it, and it's going to appear there. That fires the automation. That's what you, Melanie, didn't do, I think. So you weren't seeing anything at all. You added yourself as a contact, which is great, but you didn't tell the system what to do with that contact. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah. So we just go in and add it under contacts. Just add myself as a contact, and then add the tag. Do the tag.
Yep.
Okay.
Right here.
Great.
Add contact.
Top right.
Great.
Yep.
Okay. Whoops. Okay. All right. I'll give it a try.
It's good to see, and you'll definitely want to tweak them. You'll definitely want to make them more personal, more personable, like the way you would want it, the way you can talk. But again, you can use some AI or come into something like this and just go through some of these. And, what are some things where, Melanie, what are some things where you are getting good responses? Let's look at some of those. How can, we can collaborate on those different things and tweak all this stuff, and once you get a few of them down, okay, now you can go in and you can take that automation again, and instead of 7 days, make it 30 days, make it 45 days. Lead them from that automation into another automation. The ones that responded, they go into this group, and the ones that you haven't heard from, they go to this thing where now every 2 weeks they're getting just a market update, or just there's different things you can do. Another playlist that you might have from your YouTube. You continue to warm these people up. But again, you're going to have people unsubscribe. You're going to get people that never contact you. Less people you have to think about and deal with.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate all the input. Food for thought.
You're welcome.
Keep me out of trouble.
And remember the math. Guys. Remember the math.
Oh yeah, I'm a math geek.
3%. You're going to work with 3% of the leads.
Okay.
So don't expect 60% conversation. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an inexpensive, low cost per lead, which is a very low customer acquisition cost. Hell, I used to give Zillow $600 a lead at one point in my career. I was spending $14,000 a month. Yeah. Now I'm spending $600 per closing because of the 1% of the 100 leads, one closing, and it cost me $600 to get to that point.
Okay. All righty. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I got to go get to work.
For sure.
Have an awesome day.
Thank you. You guys too. Stay dry and warm. We're going to be 80 degrees today in sunny Southern California. So
kick her out. I'm kicking her out. I'm booting her out of here.
Yeah.
She's out.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Lydia.
See ya.
But no, great stuff. And again, for anybody with the funnels, this is one that needs to go out to people to see,
This
tweaks
is
and adjustments. Go ahead.
It's a new concept for us. So any information we can get on that, like extra information, just
So do you have the funnels?
do we have what?
The funnels?
Not set up yet.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
We're-
But you have access to them. We'll check.
you-
Scott, let me reach out. I'll give you a call because again, like I know Scott Pewitt has the funnels through Kelly. We'll see what we need to do because we can get you set up with the funnels. And then this is something
Okay.
again, there's a whole you're right at that beginning stage of all this stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll figure that out. We'll get these. So you at least have access to it. Definitely,
Okay.
we're setting them up and getting those
Okay.
going.
Okay.
So okay.
That's good.
So
Great,
yeah,
thank you.
I'll reach out to Scott Pewitt. I'll reach out to you guys. We'll figure that out. So I do need to jump. I've got another Zoom here in about 30 seconds.
Sure.
So anyway, is
Yeah,
there anything else we need to? Everybody good? Good
Yes.
stuff.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Excellent.
Guys, have a
Awesome.
great day. Reach out if we can help you. Thanks, everybody.
You too.
Thanks
Bye.
for being here, everybody. See you.